Wikidee, what's up, and welcome back to episode 6 of our Disco Elysium playthrough. Let's go ahead and hop back into it. Ooh, money.
The door is closed.
I wonder where I can, sleep, I guess.
It's the ledger you found in the arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped, you don't exactly close them. It takes about half an hour. AKA
Let's do another one.
Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years.
Oh.
On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
Proceed.
Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Public indecency.
Good. You're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. The officer is also drunk. Way more drunk than Burke there. And let's be fair, you also have party eyes. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face, then proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who at this point is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment. An invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved.
Oh, man.
Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
Yeah.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case.
Okay.
The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Okay.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
Keep the mural.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us. Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done? Not much has changed in the in the back. You see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out. Accord 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Okay.
You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. A tool for manipulation. Give the lowest amount and people will be ingratiated to you. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. you feel better. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made
Look
of
at the
dark
clipboard.
blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with.
Uh-oh.
The edges are rounded, however.
Definitely haven't
The
done that
U4
before.
size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters RCM.
Shake it.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Is it my badge?
Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. The
Peek
plastic
inside.
shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would
With
I
your
open?
hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Hold on. I'm gonna cheat. Alright.
It's just a racist mug. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage.
Yeah!
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place.
Ah.
It should be possible to just,
Slide the door
without
open.
resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
My badge.
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Oh. Pick
2
up the ticket
octopuses
stubs.
are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Heck yeah. Pick up
Thin
the
wax
card.
paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it first?
Smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Oh.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile. You think, although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
But it'll make me happy.
Outside, you hear the wind howl. A sudden gale blows in from Martinez, flapping street signs and window blinds.
Come outside.
What?
Far away and outside, the reeds hiss with desperation. Step out.
Keep
Your
reading.
hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. A streetcar distancing. You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
that just freaking die?
There is nothing. Again.
What? Nothing?
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery. Just blackout.
Just like that first
Well,
time.
almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's
Who's
me. Blue eyes, that's me.
Oh. And who's
Who
that?
was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water.
No, I'm
The
cool.
call when you're dead, brother.
Uh-oh.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
So my name appears
Your
to be Harry.
name is fuck all.
Oh. I didn't know that.
It certainly ain't Harry.
And what is it?
Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking you somewhere.
There was something
Yeah,
about
man.
a bow collector.
What was that about?
Where is
There is
Voyager?
no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on.
Was that the X
Bloated
something?
corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Bloated, don't prod at it. It will start move. You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules. No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am
The
I?
upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
Drink.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not
Oh,
made to survive
classic
on alcohol
me.
alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With
Drink.
greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I should
You
ask
were
you to
reading
say.
your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
How long
10
was I
minutes,
out?
maybe.
I came into contact with the burnout ruins of the
That
past.
does sometimes happen.
Oh, my ledger.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Yeah, let's solve the case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Okay.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging. The
Smells
acidic
ledger.
stench of rotting food.
Set
Without
up in it.
resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
And it
You
stood
stare
against
at
us
the
for
card,
outside.
willing your hand to move. It refuses. It's too much. Not a game. It's slightly.
Alright. -2 authority. That's okay.
can't believe it's snowing again. It
Yeah.
felt like springtime just a few days ago.
It's so
I'm a
late. Why are you
nighthawk.
still here?
What can I say?
She's still here because you're still here.
You don't have to stay here because of us.
I like the city at night, don't you?
Have to run.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. We should take care of that then.
Oh yeah, but I don't have.
Let's
the
talk
money.
to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Sweet. Before we do that, though.
Can I help you?
About
Yes.
that money,
Have you got it?
Can we
Does
have
that
an
arrangement
for
include
tonight?
you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kim is about to say something.
I
about
understand
him.
your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and... I mean
Okay.
no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Hold on, I still have my key.
Good luck trying to use it. All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock. Not until you bring me the money.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Goodbye. Hmm.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio mic,
I have something here we could sell.
Okay.
transport enclosure. Regular people just call it. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal. There
What
are
are
spinner
those?
hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
A vanity he wouldn't mind.
What do you
A
mean
couple of weeks
confiscated?
ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
So you took them?
I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
in this
I don't
corruption?
know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
You want to put these on your machine?
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cup with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Outrageously
He
cool.
flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
You don't have to sell
As
them
I
because
said,
of me.
they're useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you.
Said something
Yes,
about a
the
pawn
bird's
shop.
nest, Roy, near the canal. We've been there. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
Don't think.
All right, let's not take them now. Then come back once we realize we have to. Have this conversation again, and then take them.
Sounds likely. The dented yellow mill. A sturdy metal door guards the door rattles again.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting it. Doesn't matter who I am. Ha! The police? Everyone? No. I already go check the backyard door.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
There must be another way into the building.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Why are you whispering?
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just...
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important?
Yeah.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did I?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
Yeah.
I had a friend over.
Oh.
It was my Sunday friend.
Do you have
He
a name?
doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette under the dull and darkening sky.
Can you
My
tell me your
name?
name?
My name is Martin Martinez.
Martin Martinez, good local name. Let's go with that.
No.
Talk later.
We won't.
Oh.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
No, you can stay.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
Can we meet
For
somewhere
a
again?
moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes, compassion, and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we
He
just
could
give
be
up?
a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Let's do that.
A stone. There's a key beneath it, rusty.
This must be
Oh,
for the
yeah.
front door. Pity doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them. We'll just have to go in and see.
Oh, yeah, those are definitely going on. -3 authority sounds whack. Can I upgrade my authority?
This door has been closed with a padlock. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
No.
You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops abrupt. You can feel tension on the other side.
Not
A
again.
poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I
Please.
have to open the door?
Yeah.
Did you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Yeah.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Oh, hey, it's the lady. Are you
I'm
alright?
fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I'm looking for Martin.
Oh, you'll
Martinez.
find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
What do you mean? I wasn't
Pea
joking.
brain. Someone played a trick on you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Tim Jambrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
Here we go.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. Just want to talk to him.
Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28.
Okay.
Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
You live
If you
here?
can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet.
Can I ask you a
Ask
few
away,
questions?
policeman.
One of the, who lives in apartment
No
10?
one lives there. It's been empty for months.
I talked to someone through the door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman?
Yeah.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
One of the...
People come and go.
Okay.
I don't...
They probably just moved or died.
Who lives in the
Oh,
padlock?
that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college.
Astrology.
Education. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You mean astronomy?
That's what I said. Astrology.
The lieutenant shakes his head. Come on, people. Try to keep...
What about
You're
Cindy?
teased? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. She leaves an old lady to her business.
She mumbles some kind of a response.
Then I'm all.
What happened here?
You can't foreclose an apartment with a
It
hole.
will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here.
Except the stuff in the
Indeed.
fridge. Authority. Going up.
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor, and a
I'm
great
guessing
force
what
from the
happened.
northeast fired into the city.
Oh no.
Heavy artillery shelled
The
the
revolution.
coastline. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line.
Take
The
it in.
waves of the Martinez Inlet rolled over the fallen remains of the building. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap.
Okay,
Those
the water
arches
stones.
acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did.
Who
A
did this
fleet,
damage?
the combined armies of Occident and Grad, with Mesk volunteers, a 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They
Wow.
massed airships further down, in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful. The ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water, far in the northeast. Cannon still ready to placate Revachol.
Do you know who
The
shot the
coalition.
city?
But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here.
He does not like talking politics of this kind.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But
You're right, we've
yeah,
evolved.
I can see that.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil.
Is that
Red
fuel
dyed
oil?
heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Hand it
Oh,
over.
what? You'll push me off this ledge and pry the bucket from my dead hands? I ain't no
Actually,
We weren't put on this earth to make.
Oh. Someone's been sleeping. Oh, it's the lady's room. Well, hold on just a second. Oh, I thought that they were jean shorts. Could you imagine if I had some cool jean shorts? I'd be pretty sick in some jean shorts. Like, think about all the flexibility that I could have in some jean shorts. I think my reaction speed should go up with a pair of jean shorts.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool.
Heck
calm,
yeah, I'm like
and
James
collected.
Dean.
As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something soft, yet hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper.
Ooh.
It reminds you
Uh-oh.
of the fruity juice of
Oh no,
apricots.
not again.
You should inspect it closer if you... By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in Sur-le-Clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum, loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your...
Oh, not again. The shivers.
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
End of
The
summer.
sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you
I'm
are
rich.
rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing
Where
there.
did it
Why are
go?
you talking to a gum wrapper?
Ancient
Yes,
temple?
from the height of antiquity.
Take a deep,
Bitter,
deep breath.
citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes, made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive.
Oh no.
Feels so familiar.
Internalize that.
You hear someone walking around
This
inside.
apartment is supposed to.
Excuse me? Of course not.
There's no sweet talking your way in there. You have plenty of reason to enter.
Open the door so I can verify your.
Oh, come on.
That was smart.
Oh.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys.
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details. Be friendly.
Everything seems to be in order.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
What are you doing?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Who lived?
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it?
Isn't it a
It
little wet?
is. Everyone says the real estate agents don't do anything. But here I am in the middle of the night cleaning up someone's crash pad. So the sooner we get this over with, the better. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny. Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
My money has
Well,
also
it does not disappear from my hands. No. These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture. I'll tell you, Martinez has...
It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect.
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time. Both apartments are now... Of course.
Finished quest.
This door has been closed with a padlock. That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century, and quickly, even today, half a century after, the star to symbolize the toppling. Also, some social democracy. The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, because white is the color of peace. Nothing at all yet. Right now, it's just meaningless.
Oh yeah.
luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet?
That's
Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power, remember. When they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal. Ultra liberal.
Ah. Ultra liberal now.
This door is made of metal and appears number 28. This is where the...
Let's see if
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the... We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here.
Remember, tomorrow, he's probably gone for... This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
That's probably the door Efrat mentioned. We still need to get the key from this manana first, though.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
Continue.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can revisit the bench.
Alright, so that's going to be all for this episode. I know at the end it skips around a little bit. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.